Hi everyone. For today's book review, I've decided to go dark and historical because Halloween is just around the corner, and this particular book will help us get into the mood for the spooky season. And today's book review is History's Strangest Deaths by Riley Knight, who, according to this, is also the host of a popular podcast called Half-Assed History. So if you are fans of that, then you may be familiar with his tone and his approach to history and its crazy quirks. I found this while perusing a bookshop in an airport, and I almost bought it, but I thought I'd be tempting fate by having a book about death on an airplane, so I waited till I got back. It's a fun book, and it does exactly what the title says. It gives you an account of about 20 to 25 stories of history's strangest deaths. You'd be relieved to know that several people died just simply from laughing, from having a good time. And considering some of the other ways to go, that's probably one of the better ones. We've got poor old Aeschylus, the great ancient Greek playwright, who was killed by a tortoise having been dropped from the skies. The bird carrying the tortoise thought that his chrome dome was the perfect stone upon which to crack the tortoise. Something got cracked, but unfortunately it was Aeschylus. The range of stories goes from poor tortoise smasher Aeschylus right through to the 1980s, involving a pile-up that includes a bus, a poodle, an apartment block, and a person with a very bad heart that you have to read to believe. It is something so comical and so tragic, it could be almost Monty Python-esque. One of my favourites is the mystery of Harold Holt, the Australian Prime Minister that disappeared in 1967. He went for a swim to show off to his mistress and disappeared. Incidentally, the beach that he was swimming in is called Cheviot Beach, and it is named as such because there was a shipwreck there, and the ship was called the Cheviot. And in typical Australian fashion, there is now a swimming pool named after him. The tone is tongue-in-cheek, occasionally cynical and sarcastic, which makes it fun. I mean, a potentially grim topic dealt with humour does make it easier to digest. And you'll find plenty of stories in here to entertain you, and certainly if you leave this on your coffee table, it will certainly be a conversation starter. Unfortunately, it is all text. There is no pictures, photographs, engravings, illustrations, which is unfortunate. It would have been nice to have some engravings or some illustrations of some of the individuals involved. Even if those depictions are in the comic style of the text, it would have complemented it well. Irrespectively of that, it is still just a fun read, something to have on your coffee table, and also just something to bear in mind and be philosophical about, because there will be a point in our lives where death will come for us, and do we want it to be Final Destination fashion, or do we want it to be simply because we laughed too much, or maybe even a tortoise fell on our heads? It's really up to you. Anyway, check it out. It's a fun read. History's Strangest Deaths by Riley Knight.